from thence unto Bethel, and he was going up by the way. There came forth little children out the city and mocked him. And they said unto him, Go up thou, bald head, go up thou, bald head. And he turned back and looked upon them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And then came forth 2 she-bears out the wood and tear 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and he thence returned to Samaria. Lions do not concern themselves with the opinions of sheep.
Mother, log off your gambling site and vacate the living room.
Fuck you, bish, I gots to gamble.
I need to do my Godot-centered internet show.
But nobody watches your gay little internet show.
Mother, you leave me no choice. Nobody messes with my gay little internet show.
Alright, yeah, we're back doing some fucking coding shit today. Alright, let me what are we even doing here? Do any of these songs not fucking suck? I don't think so. You know what, we're not even gonna fucking do music. We're gonna sit in the fucking silence today. I'd rather have rain sounds than more of that fucking AI generated fucking bullshit from Artlist. Alright, so here's what I got. Let me just go and get my shit up so I can actually see it. Restream, alright. There we go. Nice. So, our worm and our level, I'll go ahead and play it. So I've made a lot of improvements. I think I showed it off last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm pretty proud of it now. We have to, I'm just going to run through and see what we got to do. So we have most of the track lined up now. And we got to go through and fight all the worms. I don't even think I added the start menu yet. And look at that, the debugger, 0 errors. I fixed all the fucking errors of the signals missing and going away. And I definitely did it all myself. I didn't use any chat GPT at all. I've been thinking about slowing down the interval of like how fast we turn to look at stuff, but you know, I don't think that's a huge deal. I think we do need to move a little faster though. Because in the typing of the dead, you move pretty fast. Nice. And we need some variation in enemies, because having all of these enemies is pretty brutal. Just having all sea worms. I have a crab that I'm working on in Blender, and I have some other ideas. I also have to fix some of the animations on these guys. We also can't lose any health right now, but I only did that so I could just make it to the level. I kept dying, so... But yeah, this is the process of how far we are through the level. I think what I need to do now is give the player more time to actually type stuff. And then also the person that I'm working with, they had a mechanic that I'm going to try and implement. Where you fill up like a bar down here and then you can unleash the bar and slow down time to, you know, like enter the prompts faster. Basically just quick time, you know. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty decent. I don't remember how much I actually did work on. But it looks like we got pretty far. The barrel, I'm sure, is still messed up, so we at least got to go to the barrel and see what that looks like. But I do like the interpolation of the camera looking is pretty cool. I think it feels very arcadey. And then, Kibble Bits, the guy I was working with, he's got like a word per minute counter. So that kind of, it helps add to the tension a little bit. You can kind of like see if you're like dropping or going up. I also am going to have like a list of like if you keep missing the same buttons or whatever. And I must have misplaced where he's supposed to attack you, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so I guess I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to do today. Players should have time to kill enemies. Yeah, we'll put some exclamation points on that. We need a visual representation of us attacking the enemy. I don't want to fucking... what I'm thinking is we could just have, if I go to my player, I'm just going to emit particles from the camera and just shoot it out. I honestly was watching Just Covino's stream and I had this epiphany of how to do that shit. My head is freezing, but it looks weird if I have it like, I don't know, I look like I have like some fucking retard shaped skull when I don't. I have a beautifully shaped skull. So, alright. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shoot particles from the camera and add like some type of effect, and that should allow it to be cool. What am I saying? When it's like when the worm attacks me and I'm doing damage to it, I need a way for the player to actually know it's doing damage. So I'm going to have like psychic bubbles be coming out of the player and hitting the worm as it's shooting. I'm sure that makes a lot of fucking sense. I'm sure I'm really helping my fucking case here. And I think we'll just put it off this guy. We'll go particles and process material, new process material, draw passes. I think we're going to do Tauruses. Yeah, hell yeah. The mighty Taurus. Alright. How are we gonna fucking do this? We gotta spin it. It's gotta go the other way. So I think we're gonna get rid of all gravity. Accelerations, gravity. We'll just get rid of that, and then we'll just add. How do I just add like immediate velocity? Acceleration, is this it? Yeah, and then we can basically tell which direction to go in, right? Angle. Align Y. What am I thinking here? We have a, shit. Directional velocity, yeah, and then we have like a where's the one where I put in a fucking vector and it tells me which direction to shoot the shit in? You know what I mean? Isn't there like a emission shape scale? Not that. Position. I thought there was like a vector 3 that I could put in to tell it which way to shoot. Or like spread. Here we go. Direction. There we fucking go. Alright. So I think we want to do a 1 and a 0, right? And have it shoot. Initial velocity. Here we go. That's what I'm looking to do. And what is the other one that I changed? We're going to get rid of that. There we go. Nice. And now I can change which direction to shoot it in. Perfect. So I'll remember that we always want to do velocity. Awesome. Let's go 0. Actually, I think we want to do it on the Z, so 1.0. And it'll probably be negative. So it'll be like negative. And I want to align Y, probably. Yeah. What do I do that? Disable Z. I think I want to align Y, and then I want to reduce the spread. Alright. Flatness. There we go. That's what I want. And then we'll reduce the spread. Look at that. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And then we're going to make it like, you know, like kind of like Michelin tires, but we're going to change the the fuck was that? Sorry, my phone flashed. All right, display. We need the scale. We're gonna add in a new curve texture. Let's go 3 and like 0.5. I guess we'll start really small and see if we can go like larger. I want it to start small and then like shoot out like that, basically. Maybe not even that big, but like that's what I'm thinking. And we'll probably just release like 1 or 2 instead of having like a bunch of them. So it would be like 1, basically like that, or like 2. And then the timing would be like 4 seconds. Maybe like 2 seconds. But basically just to represent that we're shooting some type of ray at the creature. And then maybe when it hits them, I'll just have like some blood or something come out. There's no reason to have like an actual animation to recoil the fucking monster. That would be overkill. That'd be too much to fucking do in Blender. Fuck that. Alright, but I need to add some type of particle effect on these. Or I could just do... I wanted to try doing something really simple. If I just go here and I go to like albedo and make them like somewhat transparent. Probably no normal map, right? Yeah. They don't look transparent at all. I guess maybe I have to go to alpha. So yeah, something like that is more like what I'm looking for. Alpha scissor, I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, so that's not going to help me at all. Alpha hash. Honestly, that is kind of cool. For what we're like using it for. The hash scale. I honestly don't mind that. I think we could do something with that. What if we made these like a blue? Because the character stuff is going to be like a bluish, almost like a Godot blue. That's kind of like how the main character works. That's not bad, dude. It's kind of retarded. All right, what if we add a little bit of fucking... where is our mission? We need a mission. And we'll just make it... can we make it that same bluish thing and maybe add a little multiplier in there so it's like that? That's not too bad. I'm just going to play the level and have that shooting from the camera. I want to see what it looks like. So it looks kind of interesting. It doesn't really look that great. I mean, I like the way it looks visually, but, like, you know, it looks weird. We have to make it more directed at the enemy. We might have to, like, spawn one of these and shoot it instead of just making a particle. Because I could just, you know, spawn it as a mesh and then have it shoot in tween to where I want it to go instead of it doing this shit. But I do like the way it looks. That is cool. Yeah, I think we're going to have to spawn it in as a mesh instead of doing it like that. Because it's basically, all we're doing is just, the material is the big main thing that looks cool. It doesn't, the particles don't make a fuck. It don't make a fuck. Yeah, and then I could do stuff like when it hits, I could make it do like, you know, explode or something. But yeah, I guess what we're trying to accomplish, let me go to YouTube here. Typing of the dead, I'll just pull up like when it shoots one of the guys. Yeah, you can see how there's like feedback, you know. This guy's going way too fast. But yeah, that's what we're trying to accomplish. Instead of having bullets, though, you know, the psychic blast will be the things we're shooting out because we're locked in a tank. In a Matrix-like world, it's, you know, very complex Kojima-like storyline here. All right. Let me just save the material. And as far as like scaling and shit, I guess I can do that on my own with the, we don't really need that. All right, make unique, save as, and do we have the materials? We have shaders. I'm just gonna save it in the shaders, and I'm gonna call this Brain Blast Texture. Just like old Jimmy Neutron. Brain Blast Material. Okay. So, yeah, let's get rid of the particles. And what we'll do is make another scene. Yeah, we'll make a node 3D, and then on the node 3D, we'll add a mesh instance, and that'll be our torus. We could make a tube trail mesh too, but I think this will be the way to do it, honestly. We're probably going to spin this 90. Yeah. We'll probably write a script. I'll get ChatGPT to write us a script to, like, make it randomly scale as it moves. Why not? That'll be very, you know, it won't cost us any time. Damn, I'm retarded. All right. On that axis, I think it's this one. I think we want it this way because it's going to be flying on the Z. No, I'm wrong. We want it on the X because it's going to be flying on the Z. Okay. So then let's apply the material. Let's call this the Psychic Blast. Is that how we... I don't know. Let's call it the Brain Blast. Brain Blast Mesh. And we'll call this the Brain Blast. Yes, I am looking at the keyboard and making a typing game. That is true. Materials. Brain Blast. There we go. Awesome. Cool. So now what we need to do is make it kind of scale. I'm going to add a... Yeah, I guess we'll just add a basic script. I'm wondering if I should make this some type of... I'm thinking, you know, should I make this some type of like actual kinematic thing, or are we just going to make this... I think we're just going to tween it to a location. I don't think we're really going to bother doing that. I think what I'm going to do is put like a target on top of the head or on top of the enemy, of the like the enemy's head, and we'll just tween this to that location. That way I don't have to bother with actually like coding anything to make it, you know, fly straight or like fly in a certain direction. I think that's stupid. And then to like add some pizzazz to it, I could like tween it to the location over here and then come over here, so it's like making an arc or a hook, and we could have like a trail behind it, and maybe some, we could have like GPU particles coming off the back of this, and that would look really good, I think. You know, we could even make it like a giant fist for like a special attack. That would be pretty fucking cool. You know, all I really have to do is make the mesh in Blender and bring it in here. We could pretty much make the thing in Make Human. We could do like a big bitch smack from the side. That would be pretty funny. But I mean, we should just complete one. I should do this one first. All right. I think what I'm going to do is kind of keep this pixel design going and add a GPU particle to it, just to amuse myself. And then we'll go here. We're going to do, let's do like quad meshes this time. And I'm going to assign the same material though. Cool. And then I think I am going to... what happens if I go here? Oh, shit. If I go to... isn't there like a... billboard down here? Particle billboard. Yeah, that changes both of them, so I'm going to have to undo that. And then I'm going to have to go and make this one unique. I'm going to say make unique, and then save as, and we're going to save this as particle, brain blast particles. Brain blast particles billboard. And then now I think we can change these without changing the other one. So we should be able to see it on the side here now. Let me go to billboard and particle billboard. There we go. But our other shape is completely fine. So yeah, I think if we have these trailing behind it, and I think we could maybe rotate them and shit, it would look really cool. And then we could even make a texture and have that texture be like this. Alright, but we gotta go up here. Alright, so I just did this. Let's see if I'm actually retarded. And I can't figure it out. Where the fuck is it? Get out of here. I need to go to the particles. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go, the process material, awesome. So we're gonna go to the accelerations, the gravity, zero that out first. We're gonna go to, I think it's the animated velocity. Hold on, I got a text message. Very important stuff. Alright, never mind. Directional velocity, right? This is what we want. Or is it on spawn? I think it's... Oh, velocity on spawn. There we go. So... we basically want it to shoot out the back. So we're going to go, I think, 1.0 over here. And we'll go 0. And initial velocity will be... I don't know. Let's go like... I think 20 is like appropriate. Maybe like 15. And so that's going to be coming out the back like that. I want it to be more directed like this. Maybe we'll do like 30. Something like that. And we need them to shrink over time and dissipate. So we'll go to the... hold on, let me raise this fucking desk. There we go. Alright, now I don't have to hunch over. Okay, perfect. Where is the display, scale, scale curve? Oh, let's go minimum like 0.1. We'll make it really small. And new curve texture. And we'll shrink them down as they go out. And then I think down here we gotta do something, right? We gotta in the billboard keep scale, right? And then that'll do it. So that's looking all right. I think that'll look much better. And then we'll write a script to scale this one, or we could do it with an animation player. We could do it with an animation player really quickly and see how that looks. I don't know how much... I don't know what the difference is in computational cost. I'm actually going to ask ChatGPT. Let's see. I was making a crab texture. What is the difference in computing costs? What were my options? If I use an animation player to scale a mesh in Godot versus me scaling it in code. I'm very interested in this. The expensive part is a transform, change this frame, scale, position, rotation. Animation player runs in the engine and is optimized. It also avoids some of the script overhead. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. So I'm not going to scale any collision shapes. Awesome. A mesh for a strictly visual effect. That's pretty interesting, honestly. Is effectively noise, both in the same thing, doesn't really matter. I wasn't actually expecting that. I was expecting the animation player to cost more, but it does make sense that that's like a built-in thing. And I'm like asking you to do some weird thing. I'm basically like, you're like coming to it with like some weird request of like, can you like manipulate this object? Whereas like the animation player is like, you know, like getting some type of pre-made, prefab thing that it already knows. But the cost is like negligible, so we're gonna do an animation player. And we'll probably just make it spin, and we'll just do regular. Regulal. How the fuck I fucking retard shit. Alright, new. Regular. Let's go to the other one and delete it in shame. Alright. Okay. It's going to be a repeating. It is, we're going to maybe make it, what, like 3 seconds? I don't fucking know. We'll go here, and I think I'm just going to, we're going to mark this rotation, create it, and then if I just go over here and insert a key, and we want to spin it on the Z, probably like 180. Whoops, not that way. What if we spin it, yeah, what if we do 360 here? It's not exactly what I was expecting. Hold on, let me go to this thing. Which way would it be for it to... I want it to rotate like this. Interesting. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'm just going to go there and we'll keyframe it, and then I'll rotate it to where I want it to be and keyframe it again. So it's already where I want it. We're going to go here. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to just rotate it. I'm going to rotate it like the 180. I think because if I go over, it's going to fuck it up. Trust me on this. All right, so then I keyframe it here. And it's very interesting. All right, let me go here and I'll do it that way. Sorry, I'm losing it. All right, if I'm here, and then I go to the end down here, and I only rotate it like this way. I just rotated a random amount this way, and then I keyframe that. I think it's gonna do like some weird shit, right? Interesting. Huh, because, you know, I'm thinking it would just spin around like that, but apparently not. What if I turn it to quaternion? Is that helping me at all? What about basis? Oh, yeah, perfect. That makes it so much simpler, dude. Now I know what I'm doing. Top level. Alright, well, we can still make an interesting effect. We just have to not be completely retarded here. What if I take this one and I duplicate it over here and I loop it instead, going forward? That doesn't look very good. Okay. Let's just scale it. Let's just scale the fucking thing. I can figure that one out. That one I'm intelligent enough to figure out. Okay. Whoops. We'll go 90. We'll turn everything 90 degrees. We'll go back to 0. I think we're going to go from like, let's go like 0.125. Right there, and we'll keyframe it. We make it start off small, and then about right here we'll make it get to like full size, and then we'll have it shrink back down, but we still want it to be like 0.75 right here. Yeah. I don't know, it's really small down there. I think we should just have it like pulse in and out probably, because that would make it easier for us to sync up now that I'm thinking about it. So let's just go, let's go 0.5 on all of these, honestly. 0.5 to 1. Yeah, and then we'll go 1, and let's just make it like a 2-second thing, and we'll get rid of this one. And I'll duplicate that key. And if we repeat it, it should be like just a pulse. And we might want it faster than that. So let's go like this and make it a 1 second. That's kind of more like what I'm looking for. It's like a pulsing energy beam. Yeah, I don't mind that. And then we'll probably end up putting some type of light on it. Just like a fucking OmniLight 3D. We'll pull this over here and have it have the same type of energy. Maybe we'll turn up the energy to like 5. I don't know. Brain blast. Let's say this. Do we have like projectiles? I'm just gonna go projectiles. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so awesome. Let me just put one of these in our scene and let me see what it looks like. It might be huge, I have no idea. So brain blast. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it like over here and we'll see what it looks like. And I'm gonna go to my player. And okay, we did get rid of the particles. All right, let's take a look. So we can see it down there under the water. At least it's bright. I mean, it's got to look somewhat cool when we're shooting the worms with it. Oh, I forgot to put on the animation, so it's just doing that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a decent projectile. Let me bring it a little closer so we can actually get a good look at it. Because we're going to see it from this direction, shooting that way. So let's do that. Maybe move it a little closer there. And then I'm going to go... where's it at? The brain blast. Let's go to the animation player and just make sure that's immediately playing. And then we're going to fucking launch it again. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think it does. It fits in with the style of the game. You know, not everything here is like super polished. So yeah, I think I'm going to have that. As you complete like 2 or 3 letters, that's going to shoot out and injure the thing. And we'll just have some audio feedback and maybe like a chunk or something blown out of the centipede. We could maybe do that. I think that would be the way to go. So yeah, we're going to have to add a script here. We're going to get ChatGPT to write it probably. There will be some stuff I do on my own, though, just because it'll be faster. All right. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, to my sea worm, I'm going to have to add some type of target for them to hit. So I'm just going to add probably like a marker 3D. And we'll put like one Yeah, where should we put it? I guess like on the face or something. So we'll have like the thing shoot out and like come around. We'll make an arc and have it hit the thing on the face. And then we'll just have some blood spray come out of the area. Because we already know where it's going to hit, basically. There's no reason to like have any collision detection and detect where it hit. I think that would be stupid. And I'm going to attach this to the bone. So let's go, yeah, add child node. Where is our skeleton bone attachment, right? And I'll attach our marker 3D right there. And the bone name, I think we're going to do bone 1. That's the one all the way down there. So we want bone 21, the one up here. So we'll aim for the face. I think bone 20. Oh, that's that one. Huh. Bone 18. Okay. Bone 10. Bone 7. I think that's the one we want to aim for. Let's try 8. Bone 8. Yeah, I think we're going to aim for that. So we'll take the transform of that and bring it back to 0. Awesome. So we should be good there. Let me check one thing. Apparently there are people typing in the chat. It's just not hooked up to my other chat. Sorry. I have a question. My question is, as a Scratch dev, should I try Godot? Yeah, you should try Godot. Sorry to Fluffy Boy Lol. I guess I never answered your question. Is this live? It is live. Sorry. I don't know why the fucking chat's not showing up. Sorry. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Are we live on Kick? Usually there are a few comments. So, usually there are a few comments. I don't know. Yeah, if you're on Godot chat, I can see you now. Hi. I mean, if you're on YouTube, hi, sorry, couldn't see shit. Couldn't see shit. There we go. Bam, I'll put some hearts in my chat for everyone. How does that, if everyone can see that? Wonderful. There we go. All right. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to aim for that. I'm going to name this target. Target. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just call it target. And we're going to add a reference to that. We're going to call it... I guess we'll just... Can't we just do like var... target equals how do we do one of them thingies where we tell it what it's supposed to be? A marker 3D target marker 3D equals, and we'll get the target. Bam. The default value uses which won't return a node in the scene. We got to add on ready. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah, all right. Nice. Let me grab some more caffeine juice. Okay, so we're going to aim for this, and then I'm going to put some type of particle effect on here. And we're going to make some blood splatter. I think I can do that probably with GIMP. We'll just go new, I don't know, what, 500 by 500? And oh my god, alright. Add alpha channel. We'll get rid of everything like that. And we need something that looks like blood splatter. I guess that'll do. We'll grab that. We'll grab red and we'll scale it up. And actually, I think we should just get, we should make it white. Sorry. What did I fucking just do? Ah, you fuck. I don't know how to fix that. Reset tool options. I don't know how to fix that. Fucker. Oh, never mind. I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a guru with GIMP. All right. So anyway, we'll do that. I don't really like the way that texture looks. I think this one's gonna look better. But yeah, all we need is something like that. And I'm gonna make it white. That way we can reuse it for other, like maybe smoke particles and shit. So I'm just gonna put one of those right there. I'm gonna go File, New, and make another one. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's too much work. What I'm gonna do is export this a couple times. So I'm gonna go Export As, and we'll go to Documents, Typing Game, Images, and I probably should make a new folder. We'll call this, I'm actually going to make it in the images. We'll go to images, we'll go new folder, and we'll call this smoke textures. I might as well export a few of them here while I'm doing this. That way we can use them for other stuff. Oh, let me test something. Oh man, oh yeah, okay. Is that viewable in the chat? Is that viewable? That is. Is it gonna show up? I don't know. Let me go to OBS real quick. That showed up. Yeah, if you're on Kick, you can go to Kick. That shit actually shows up in the chat. For whatever reason, my YouTube's not synced up. I gotta resync it or some shit. Anyway, yeah, we'll export the smoke textures. I'm gonna call it Smoky 1. Nice. Yeah. And we'll just do it again. And we'll call it Smoky 2. And we'll do one more. Smoky 3. And what I'm going to do is have, like, I guess with these, maybe I can make the majority of particle effects I need to, hopefully. I don't really feel like doing a whole bunch of them. But, yeah, let's go ahead and make a new process material. We'll go with the draw passes. We'll do the quad mesh. We're going to grab the material, and we're going to make a new one. You know, I should have exported those as WebPs. What did I export them as? PNGs. Whatever. WebPs are much more efficient, but maybe I'll do that later. Okay. Smoky 1. There we go. We'll go transparency, alpha. We're going to go with the billboard, particle billboard. Color. It's going to end up being like a blood red. We're trying to make blood here. We're going to move it up. We'll probably move it. I don't see why we shouldn't just attach it to there and return the transform to 0. Where's my transform? Transform 0, 0, and we'll just have it off the bone. And we'll just have this like shoot out and spray around a little bit because we don't need it to be crazy. And it's going to be in the water, so it doesn't have to like have gravity. I think we'll probably do better to have it like negative gravity. Honestly, have it float up. Nice. So accelerations, gravity. Let's just do 9.8. Have it go that way. And animated velocity, spawn velocity, spread's got to be higher. What if I go 1.0? And we'll just throw a little bit of initial velocity in there. We're going to get rid of that. All right, what if I do? Let's take the spread all the way down. I kind of want it to go up. So I'm going the wrong way. There we go. So it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be like somewhat relative there. Whatever. I wonder if I should just adjust the gravity. I think I should just do the gravity. But then I can't adjust the spread, and we need a better spread. Yeah, I think we're going to have to adjust the spread on that. Like that. The scale, we're going to have to scale it down here. We'll go to display, scale. I think we need to be obviously much larger. So we're going to go like, I think 5 to 1. 1 to 5. No one here gets out alive. New curve. And... oh, I think we got to go down here and say preserve scale. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Shading. Unshaded. Per vertex. Per pixel. All right, I think I'm actually going to go... where is our albedo? I know we still have albedo. Awesome. I'm going to make this a little more transparent too. So it's like that. So it's like that, is it? And then we'll fuck around with the scale. Let's go 10. I think 10 and like 3. It's too much velocity as well. Like 1. And the initial velocity should be much lower. Yeah, kind of like that. Even lower than that, though. Let's go like 5 and 10. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And then maybe we'll do like maybe a little more time on them. We'll do like 20, and the time will be like 2 seconds, and it should be like a one shot probably. Yeah, and then I wanted to try this. If I go to we have pass 1. What happens? I've never added a second pass, so I was going to try adding a second pass to one of these and just have it copy the same thing. Next pass. What does that do? I guess I got to put in a different material. Oh, so that means there's like 2 of them rendered together. Interesting. So I could put like another particle in there and have them kind of interact or something. I just want to see something. What would it look like if I just fucking just like lit these up? And went to albedo. Well, I guess that's not going to affect it at all. It'll just be really fucking bright. Interesting. That wasn't the effect I wanted. I was just wanting to see what would happen. Alright, I'm going to clear that out. I think this will be okay for now. And maybe we'll just see how that looks in the game. I'm just going to leave that blasting out. Cool. Oh, that's right. It's much bigger because these guys are much bigger. So we're going to have to actually make that smaller. Let's go here. Let's go to the scale. Where was that? We'll just go half. Let's see what that looks like. It's more manageable, but it's still pretty large. I think we need to go maybe a quarter of what it is. See worm. It looks really small, but I bet it will look pretty good here. That's, yeah, that looks right now. And it's still going, I think it's going above the water. Whatever. Let's just see what that looks like. All right. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I'm trying to think if you're, you know, engaged in combat with them. Essentially, your like power thing is going to shoot out of the camera, then come around and hit them. So I might have to back them up a little bit just to give a little more space. But you know, once it hits them, you'll see like an explosion of the blood come out of them, and it will just be like a one-shot effect, you know, instead of having it constantly leak out like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of proves the point. And then maybe I might add like a slight like bump to them or something, but I really just don't feel like going into Blender and making a whole nother animation just for them to flinch a little bit. That makes zero sense. So maybe we can use some type of kinematics or something. I don't know, but I am happy with how that turned out for now. And yeah, we can continue on. I need to fix that they go into the walls and stuff. I have more enemies that I'm working on. And I also want to make the scene darker. Let me take a look at that real quick. So this is without the directional light, which is like the sun. Which is like, you know, completely changes it. It's very hard to see on stream, I'm sure, but I kind of prefer this. Like when you're actually playing it, it makes it look cooler. And then I have some shaders that are going to like fade in and out, so you kind of like know that it's actually like a Matrix-like environment and not like a real underwater environment at some points. I got some shaders I want to throw in there and see how they look real quick. Because I'm bored. And I got nothing better to do. I'm fucking snowed in. I can't do shit. I'm stuck out here in the East Coast in Virginia. We've been assaulted by the storm of the century, apparently. If you look outside, it's, I don't know, it's really not that bad. But we're getting freezing rain, so... I'm sure some idiot's going to try and drive to get some liquor or something and crash his car. See, I picked up all my shit ahead of time. Because I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, but I have to use the bathroom real quick. I just gotta, I'll be right back. I'm just going to leave this going and we'll play some music for you. There you go. Oh, awesome. The music just stopped playing. That's great. Wonderful. I was hoping Artlist would, continue playing the next song in the fucking track when I made the playlist, but no, why would it? That would make no fucking sense. Alright, we're going to the techno playlist. We need some energy. There we go. I'm sure that's blasting out of your ears. Sorry. All right, cool. So we're gonna have to create some type of tween to tween from the shit, shooting at the shit, to the things, hitting the things. That's gonna be the way we do it. Nice. All right, let's get it. So let's go to the player, initializing and instantiating. Instantificating shit is pretty easy. When are we going to do it? We're going to do it when we are matching right here. I think what I'm going to do, let's just make it every time we match, we shoot a bolt right now. But in the future, I'll probably do a count, so it's like every 1 or 2 matches we'll shoot a bolt. I think that'll be the way to do it. You know, like every 1 or 2 times we hit the correct keys, then it should shoot. Because like if you, in the typing in the dead, it doesn't shoot around every single key. It's like it's, you know, every 2 or 3. So we're going to say shoot, shoot bolt. Oh, and can't we get assigned enemy? Yeah. We should probably add that in. And let's go on down. Shoot bolt. Active enemy. Pass. Sorry, someone's in my fucking nose. Am I even on camera? Hold on, let me go back. There we go. Now I'm visible. You can see me. See how beautiful I am. Alright. What we have to do is shoot this bolt. So we're going to do @onReady var. We'll do what? Can't we do like a packed scene? We'll call it bolt. Bolt scene. And that'll be... Can we do like a preload? Bolt. Oh, we have a comment. What's up, King? How's it going, Phoenix? Nothing much. We're making this bolt. Hold on, I'll show it off real quick. Brain blast. There we go. Projectiles, brain blast. Yeah, so we're fighting these worms. We've got the camera working better. It's a little dark right now. Hold on, let me pause that shit. Level 1. Directional light. There we go. So we're moving along this track, fighting these worms by typing. We're trying out some of the blood effects on the worms to see if they hit. You know, when they get hit, they're going to bleed like that. And what I'm doing now is that projectile right there, I'm coding to go and shoot at the worms when I, you know, press the keys to make them hit. So like right now, it would be like, I would type like S-A-L, and then probably it would shoot like a bolt and hit one of them, and then it would, you know, display that they're bleeding to show they're taking damage. So that's the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. Just some feedback for the player. And so we have a target on them that we're going to tween the bolt to. And then I think I'm going to add like a secondary position in between the thing so it has like an arc. So it's like an arc to it. And I'll probably get ChatGPT to do the math on that one, because it might be like 3 tweens on the way with this arc. I have no fucking idea. Alright. I should probably go through and clear out a lot of these print statements, though. I am going to do that real quick. Control F. Print, and we're just going to go through and hide them. So I'm tired of all this shit printing out every single time. All right. Let's go to our game manager. Get rid of all of our friggin' print statements. All the question marks there make me hesitant. You know you have some excellent code on your hands when you have stuff like this. This is running. Just so you know, like, this is running. That's good shit. All right, now we shouldn't get as many. And the debugger, look, we have no red errors, so that's really good. That's great. The parameter delta is never called. Well, you know what we're going to do is just get rid of it if it's never called. There we go. Fine, we'll underscore it. In here, yeah, if we're not going to use it, we'll put the underscore. Prompt, I'm not going to worry about that one. Yeah, we did make it right here. Whatever. That error is fine. Active enemy is never used in the function shoot bolt. Okay, char has the same name as a built-in function. Oh, does it now? Fuck it. We're gonna leave that for now. I don't give a shit. Sorry, I got a text message. Oh wow, it's really snowing at my brother's house. All right, let's do it to it. So we have this shoot bolt, and then we have the assigned enemy. So down here we're preloading the bolt scene, and then we have to instantiate that. So I'm gonna say like var b equals bolt scene dot instantiate, right? And we will, I guess we'll just add child. I think we're just going to get the parent of us. Because we are... How do I get the world? Can I do like get tree? Whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter because we're going to use our global position anyway. So... no, it will matter. So we are the player... let me ask ChatGPT, what's the cleanest way to do this? What is the cleanest way to attach a child, a new child projectile to the world in Godot? Get tree.current scene .add child. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. What does that say? Current scene is the actual game world. So is that like a thing that's built in? Hold on. Is current scene built into Godot? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Perfect. So we'll do get tree dot current scene dot add child, and we'll add child B, and we'll set the transform. We'll say var. I'm just gonna go player pause and equals position. We're gonna get our global position. And then I'll probably spawn this. I'm just going to do like a var offset spawn back. And that'll be a vector 3. And we'll probably just make this like, what, like directly in front of us. So like 0, -1, 0. Oh, this should be 0. And this should be -1. Is this what vibe coding is? I guess. I don't know. See, I like Joshua Moon's take on AI, where it's like, you know, I know what I'm trying to do, so if I can just tell it, like, hey, write this function for me that's going to be, like, really tedious for me to write, and then it just writes that function and gives me what I need, I would much prefer that than having, like, you know, having to write everything by hand all the fucking time. And anyone that says it's making you, like, lazier and stupider is, like, it's like, you know, if my product gets out before yours, how am I, like, lazier and stupider? You know what I mean? You know, that's just my philosophy on it. All the artists who are, like, it's just artists who are, like, big, mad, and butthurt because, like, fucking AI is better than them. You know? If I wasn't using AI to solve some of these problems, I probably wouldn't be able to solve them. And, like, a lot of people don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit that, like, this is so super useful. They want to be like, no, I come up with everything all by myself because I'm such a smart boy. But it's like, nah, dude. This is the way of the future. And it's like, you can ask this thing questions, and it's actually presenting, like, non-clanker code now. So, you either got to get with the program or you're going to be lost. You're going to fall behind the Indians. This thing can replace the Indians, basically. Thank God, by the way. All right. So X, Y, Z, we're spawning it directly in front of ourselves. So I just want to say that the B dot global, we can just say position, right? B dot position equals player position plus the offset spawn vec. There we go. And all we're gonna do, we want to tween it, but I probably want, I'm gonna say B dot, well, we're not even gonna do that. As soon as we start it, I think we're gonna start tweening from ourselves. Oh, did it say to put the, oh, that's art list. What did it say up here? Set world space transform before parenting. So you instantiate it, you set the transform, then you add it as a child. Okay. We instantiate it, set the transform, add it as a child. Okay, I guess that's like, you know, that's how I always had it in my head, but it's nice to have a machine told me I'm okay. It validated me. I'm very intelligent. So we'll shoot the bolt. It has nowhere to go, though. It doesn't know it's got to go somewhere. But we need to pass that in. So we actually are going to have to say b dot start movement. And we're going to pass in the enemy, the active enemy, because we need to know what to shoot at. And cool. So on our bolt, on our lightning bolt, we're going to go to the brain blast and create, let's just put this in the scripts, right? I was doing that. I don't know if that's a good idea. Where am I at? Projectiles. Fuck it. We're going to put it in here. So we got to have a, whoops, not that. We want a func start movement. And we're passing in the enemy. And we want the enemy dot target. And we're going to say dot position. And we'll say, I guess we'll say var target equals enemy.target.position global I saw you. Global position. There we go. So this is where we got to get to. So I guess then we'll make a tween. So we'll say like var tween equals get tree dot add tween, right? I think it's create tween. Create tween. There we go. And then don't we say we gotta tell it what the fuck to do? So tween dot what are the other things we can do with this fucking thing? Isn't it like tween property or something? Yeah, tween property, and we want to go the object is our self. We want to change our global position. Okay. We want to go to our target. Okay. And we want to... Actually, I think we should probably do this right here. We should... fuck it. It should be okay, right? I don't fucking know. We'll just make it fast so it shoots fast. We'll see. If this goes to the wrong place, we'll have to make it update. I don't fucking know. Should be okay. Target. Duration. Let's do 1 second. And then we'll say tween. Dot play. And then how do we add a callback on that? Can't we say like tween dot... tween callback. Let's take a look at that. Creates and appends a callback tweener. This method can be used to call an arbitrary method. Okay, let me see if I can do this correctly. I clicked on the wrong Godot. Good idea. Where the fuck am I at? Right here. All right, tween callback, and we can put in a callback, right? So we could go... can we just do a queue free? Queue free. Hold on. Yeah, because I'm passing in a function, right? So I could just pass in queue free. Cannot get return value to queue free because it returns void. What happens if I do that? I want to see if it kills itself after the tween is completed. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. I thought you could feed it a function right here, like a nameless function like in JavaScript. I was about to wrap it in braces like this, but I don't think that's going to help me at all. I wanted to do that. I was like, that makes the most sense to me. You know, we're passing it in, but what was it? Oh, the fucking arrow function. Isn't it like this? Boom in JavaScript, and you pass it in like that. God, I hate that shit. All right, let's do that and see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Probably nothing. It probably won't work so good. It's probably gonna crash. All right. Okay. Start movement in base node 3D. Oh. Okay. B dot start movement, projectiles, brain blast, brain blast. Oh. There we go. I don't know when I removed the thing from it. Interesting. Sorry, we gotta go through the whole thing over again. Right, we're coming up on it. It's doing it for everyone. That's pretty cool. I wasn't even paying attention. And I think they are killing themselves. Yeah. You know, it looks better the farther away they are, honestly. So I'll probably give them more time farther away and have them bite faster. That'll probably be the way to do it. I want to give them like a second to alert. Let me try and do it fast. Oh shit, I'm a bad typer. Let me wait till he gets back up and we'll hit one. Yeah. So it does kind of work a little bit. We need to do it like every 2 or 3, and then I need to make them a little bit more definite in shape so that you can like know what you're actually doing. I think we're shooting them sideways too, which is weird. I guess they're absolute to the world, but maybe we'll just make it into a ball. That way I don't have to worry about the torus at all. Because having that like spin around fucking is stupid. I don't know, it looks okay right there. My fingers are also pretty cold. Yeah, I need some type of effect for it. Yeah, I guess the other thing I was working on was I have this this crab that I've been trying to get looking scarier. If I go to material preview, he's not so bad. I need to make some more points on the claws and have this hair, and I'm gonna have that moving around with like a shader, probably. I think that'll be the way to go, is have this moving around like a shader. That'll look really creepy. And I might put one of the worms on his head. I'm at least having the worms like come out of like some of his like eyes or something. I might do like a slug on his back. Just make him look creepy. That's my intention for this guy. Damn. But yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, show off some of the progress. I'm probably gonna go get out of here and get some lunch because I'm like freaking starving. But yeah, that's the general direction this game is going. The game is called Type Break Protocol, and it's about fighting. It's about like fighting your way through these scenarios. We're gonna have like 5 levels. First one's underwater. We're gonna do some other ones where you gotta escape from this facility. You're locked in like a you're basically like at some facility. You gotta go through these trials, you know, because they got like this thing on your brain. You gotta escape it by typing. Probably the worst way to explain this in the world, but I'll have like a write-up and everything. I had a picture of the protagonist somewhere where he was like strapped to this thing. Where is it? Maybe it's a 3D. Anyway, that's like a guy stuck inside of the brain thing who died. But yeah, peace out. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll probably be back to stream some more